So the Bank of England has just dropped what they're calling a pro-crypto framework for stablecoins. But when you actually read the fine print, it's not innovation, it's limitation. Because buried inside this new rulebook is a restriction that stops you from ever going all in on crypto freedom. The Bank of England wants to limit how much stablecoins you're allowed to hold. And I'm not kidding. The number is £20,000. If you live in the UK, you'll soon be told how much of your own digital money you're allowed to keep. And for businesses, that ceiling is now 10 million. The UK keeps saying it wants to lead the world in digital finance. But how can you lead when you're handcuffing your own innovators? Let's just call this what it is, a headline game. Every major outlet this week said things like this: Bank of England opens the door to stablecoin innovation, or UK embraces digital assets with balanced reform. But when you dig into the 80-page document itself, it's the same old story. Control first, innovation second. Yes, they've softened their position slightly. Stablecoin issuers would now be allowed to hold some reserves in short-term UK government bonds instead of everything locked at the Bank of England. That's progress on paper. But in the same breath, they introduce caps that restrict how much you can actually use. That's not progress. That's a velvet-wrapped restriction. You can't claim to welcome crypto and then slap a ceiling on it. Let's break this down properly. The new Bank of England proposal says this: stablecoin issuers can now hold up to 60% of their reserves in short-term UK government debt. At least 40% must remain at the Bank of England, and individuals will be capped at £20,000 in holdings across approved stablecoins. Businesses will be capped at 10 million, and the reason given? To manage risk. On the surface, that sounds responsible, but here's the reality. No other major crypto jurisdiction in the world has done this. The United States hasn't capped stablecoin holdings. The EU's MiCA framework didn't introduce the caps. And Singapore, Hong Kong, Japan, none of them have done this. The UK is the only one saying you can use crypto, but only a little bit. That's not how leadership looks. That's fear disguised as regulation. This isn't about stablecoins. It's about control. Stablecoins are the backbone of crypto liquidity. They're the bridge between fiat and digital assets, between exchanges, between traders, between nations. If they can control how much stablecoins you can hold, they can indirectly control how much crypto exposure you can even have. It's not about stopping risk. It's about limiting power. Today, they'll tell you it's about safety. Tomorrow, it'll be about financial stability. And the day after that, they'll roll out their own stablecoin, the digital pound, with no limits at all. Because when they issue the token, it's innovation. But when you hold the token, it's risk. They're not against crypto. They're against you controlling your own money. And this is exactly how central bank digital currencies creep in. First, they regulate private stablecoins. Then they introduce the official version, the one that they can freeze, monitor, or switch off with a single line of code. That's the future they're building, and they're calling it freedom. Let's put this into perspective. In the US, the big debate is about who should regulate stablecoins, the SEC or the Fed. But nobody's talking about limiting how much an individual can own. In the EU, the MiCA framework focuses on transparency, liquidity, consumer protection, not caps. You can hold as much as you want. In Japan, one of the strictest financial systems in the world, people can hold whatever stablecoin volume they choose, provided it's from an approved issuer. So why is the UK choosing the most restrictive possible version? It's because deep down, the system doesn't trust its own citizens with digital freedom. Crypto challenges the entire idea of we hold your money for you. It removes the middleman. And to central banks, that's not empowerment, that's a threat. So instead of adapting, they're ring-fencing your freedom. They're building a walled garden and calling it innovation. Here's the truth that few will say out loud. The Bank of England doesn't fear crypto collapse. It fears crypto success. Because success means people no longer rely on banks to move money. It means DeFi yields replace bank savings accounts. It means blockchain settlements replace SWIFT. And it means you get to decide what happens with your money, not them. That's the real risk they're trying to manage. So instead of empowering innovation, they use language like consumer protection, systemic risk management, and financial integrity, all of which sounds good. But they're code words for control. And the irony is this: they're missing the bigger picture, because the UK could have been the global hub for digital assets, the real Web3 powerhouse. London could have been the new Singapore of crypto, but each time we take one step forward, regulation pushes us 2 steps back. We're watching opportunity drain offshore. And when innovation leaves, jobs, tax, revenue, and global influence go with it. If these proposals are approved, this is what will happen next. UK-based exchanges and wallet providers will need to enforce those limits. That means automatic warnings, blocked deposits, and transaction ceilings once you hit £20,000 in stablecoin value. It'll probably be dressed up as responsible usage limits. But what it really means is your account being throttled by regulation. DeFi platforms could also start geo-blocking UK IPs if they can't comply with the rule. We've already seen this so many times already. And all that will do is push traders into unregulated offshore platforms. The very thing the regulators claim they're trying to stop. Remember what happened with Binance UK, or when Revolut had to scale back its crypto services. Every time the rules tighten, the innovators leave. And the consumers, we lose choice. That's not safety, that's stagnation. And the saddest part? The UK has the brains, the tech, and the capital to dominate this space. But regulation keeps strangling progress before it even starts. Let me show you something that's actually progress. While the Bank of England is capping freedom, our community is out here winning. Every single day, Wolfbot members are positioning real screenshots, 20%, 30%, 50%, 100%, 300% gains, using real strategies, not hype. People from all over the world are sharing chart setups, their success stories. No limits, no restrictions, just results. This is what the future should look like. A community taking control of their own financial freedom, not waiting for permission. If you want to learn exactly how we do this, the exact strategies that I use to trade crypto safely and profitably, I've built something special for you. It's called the Crypto Liftoff course, and it is completely free. Inside, I show you step-by-step how I analyze charts, set up trades, and manage risk. The exact blueprint I use to grow my own account, even in a bear market. If you've ever wanted to learn how to trade properly, not gamble, this is your starting point. You'll find the link below in the description. And for those asking where I trade, one of the exchanges I use is BloFin. It's the same platform that we are currently using for our Wolf automation trades, and also where we test every new automation strategy. It's a next generation derivatives exchange built for serious traders. Low fees, deep liquidity, instant execution, and full transparency. If you want to follow along with our setups and trade side by side with the Wolfpack, the BloFin link is in the description. It supports the channel and keeps these videos coming. And also, with my link, you get an enhanced sign-up bonus. So go and check it out, link in the description. Make sure you read the terms and conditions so you understand what it's all about, and fill your boots. Look, I love the UK. It's home. But it's painful to watch a country that once led the world in finance now stumble over the future of money. They want the benefits of crypto, the jobs, the innovation, the tax revenue, but not the freedom that built it. You can't be pro-innovation and anti-freedom at the same time. The Bank of England says it wants to build trust, but trust doesn't come from limits and ceilings. It comes from transparency, fairness, and accountability. So yes, the UK has softened its tone, but it's hardening the ceiling. And that ceiling is exactly what will stop it ever from being a true global crypto hub that it claims it wants to be. We'll keep calling it out, because when governments get it wrong, communities like ours have to speak louder. Thanks for watching. If you found this helpful, make sure you hit that like, drop us a comment, and hit that subscribe button. It really helps this channel grow. If you want to learn how I trade, grab the Crypto Liftoff course down below. And if you're ready to trade alongside the pack using the same strategies that we do, you can go and join BloFin. There's a link in the description for that as well. I'll see you on the next one. Stay sharp, stay focused, and as always, the strength of the wolf is in the pack.